Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MU stand. This is your preview for Real Sociedad versus Manchester United. Of course, Real Sociedad side hold a 3-point lead over the Red Devils and simply need to avoid a defeat on their own patch to basically co-sign the visitors to a knockout round playoff tie, which is what we don't want to do, to be honest with you. We really don't want to be playing a knockout round. We're going to be facing a lot of difficult teams that are coming up from the Champions League. It's just not a good thing for us, to be honest with you. It's not a good option for us to go to these knockout rounds. But going back to the conversations with Real Sociedad, I mean, perfection has been the theme for Real Sociedad in the Europa League this term. But the same cannot be said in their recent La Liga form. I will just quickly take a look at this now. And you're seeing in La Liga, Real Sociedad actually lost the past two games. They lost against Real Betis and they also lost against Real Valladolid. So they are not looking pretty in terms of actually performing in La Liga. So going into this tie against Manchester United, a lot of concerns are there, of course, for them in terms of injuries as well. They're missing a lot of top players. And I think this is going to be a difficult one for both teams. Of course, in order to progress to the next round, let me just quickly show you guys the table. So this is the table, what it looks like. Currently, Real Sociedad sit with 15 points. Up top, I mean, they've won all of their games, 5 out of 5. You're seeing it. They haven't lost any game. We lost the game against them. We also won all of our games except for the game against Real Sociedad, which that stupid referee, I mean, he gave them a ridiculous penalty for them to win that game. So now, not only we have to go to Real Sociedad and win, but we have to win by 2 goals. So it's not going to be easy. But I think the team is good enough. Good enough. Talking about Real Sociedad's form going into this, I mentioned that they did lose their games in La Liga. Of course, only one man stole the headlines before his return to the squad for last week's visit for Sheriff. And that is, of course, Cristiano, returned from punishment with a banger and scoring the 3rd goal of his side, 3 goals on the night after Dalot and Marcus Rashford had also scored in that game, in that 3-0 win against the Sheriff. We need to definitely inflict a revenge against Real Sociedad. We have to basically win this game. I mean, there's no room for error. One thing that I wanted to talk about is Marcus Rashford, of course. Marcus Rashford, 100 goal for the club was all it took for Ten Hag's team to beat West Ham United in the weekend 1-0, extending our unbeaten run in all competition to 8 matches in all competition now. The resilience that Red Devils defense has shown has only conceded 1 goal in our last 6 games, which is a solid thing in my opinion. Manchester United also traveled to Spain, having scored in each of our last 12 Europa League matches away from home since October 2019. That is a different stat. In case you haven't heard of that stat, Real Sociedad, of course, have won 4-0 last time around against the Ammonia, their last previous game. So the Thursday game coming up against them is not going to be easy. Like I mentioned, there is an early team news for the Real Sociedad versus Manchester United match. Let's just quickly take a look at the team news. So United know the mission on Thursday is obviously to beat Real Sociedad by at least 2 clear goals in order to top Group E of the Europa League. The Reds were actually beaten 1-0 by San Sebastian side at Old Trafford in our opening fixture of the competition, which I mentioned earlier because of that silly penalty given against us, and both teams have won every single match since then. To set up this deciding game on Thursday, Erik Ten Hag is hoping to have a number of options for this tie and could be boosted by the possibility of the availability of Anthony Martial after the striker returned to the team training this week. Harry Maguire is also returned to the starting 11 as a captain in that 1-0 victory over West Ham after appearing for the second half of that win against Sheriff last weekend. The England international, of course, partnered Lisandro Martinez with Raphael Varane is ruled out for the remaining of games this month. So Varane is not going to be available this month. So definitely the defenders we have is going to be Lisandro Martinez or Lindelof or Harry Maguire. So these are the three defenders we have at this moment in time. Another centre-back, Victor Lindelof, was also ill at the weekend, while winger Anthony was missing because of a knock. I thought he was actually missing because of the stupid circle that he did, but that is not the case. It's actually he had a knock, so that's why he missed the West Ham game. We definitely would need him in this one. Both can definitely be on the flight to Spain, so they are good to go in terms of facing Real Sociedad. I think they would recover, but I cannot tell you anymore, said the boss on Sunday, of course. So we have to see what develops in the coming days and how they progress. But I hope when we go to Spain, everyone is on board. We need them all. There are still 4 games to go in a short period. You see through all the teams. And also for us, we need 11 players and we need the squad to cover everything. And this is basically what Ten Hag said after that win against West Ham. Anthony Elanga was also handed a starting role on the right wing last time out, with Cristiano Ronaldo down the middle, and goal scorer Marcus Rashford was actually on the left in that game. Of course, Bruno Fernandes is suspended. I think in a Premier League, I think he's suspended 1 game, meaning he cannot face Aston Villa on Sunday after accumulating 5 yellow cards in the division this term. So Bruno is not going to be facing Aston Villa. So he's definitely going to be available for Real Sociedad. I'm pretty sure he's going to start in that game. Wan-Bissaka is another one who has been sidelined, and Tom Heaton was not in the matchday squad against the Hammers, with Nathan Bishop is promoted to the bench. So this is basically the total team news currently going on. I'm gonna run down through the team. This is the predicted 11 I have here on my right. So we're gonna take a deep dive into what the team is going to look like and how we are going to approach this game. We are definitely going to talk about that. But before we get started, guys, if you're just joining in, smash a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and if you are interested in Manchester United content. So let's take a look. So this is the team that started the game against West Ham. Leo says Man United win. Thanks for joining, bro. Hopefully we are going to win this game. But yes, let me just go back to the lineup. So David De Gea will stay in goal. I don't think we need to make any changes. Dalot and Shaw are not going to be changed because they've been performing really well. So they'll keep their position. I doubt they're going to be any changes in terms of those two positions. The only question I have probably is Harry Maguire. So Harry Maguire and Martinez, I think Martinez will keep his position, but Harry Maguire, so that is the doubt for me. So Harry Maguire and Lindelof, this is a big question. Like, who do you go with? You would go with Lindelof, or do you go with Harry Maguire? Because Lindelof has done well since coming on for Raphael Varane. But Harry Maguire also played well against West Ham, so it's a difficult decision for Erik ten Hag to make a choice on who he wants to start. If it was up to me, I would definitely go with Lindelof, because Lindelof is actually good at, covering the ball. He has more speed than Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is actually a good defender if you want to sit back and defend. I don't think Harry Maguire is the right defender if you want to have a high pressing game and a high attacking game, because he doesn't have that recovery speed to cover up all the messes that potentially could arise. And because of that, I'll just play Lindelof instead of Harry Maguire. There's nothing against Harry Maguire. I think he's done okay against West Ham, and he did okay against Sheriff. But I believe that if Lindelof is fit, I think we should go with Lindelof. So that is going to be my back four: De Gea, goal, Shaw, Martinez, Lindelof, and Dalot on the right back. So let's go back to the lineup that we saw that faced West Ham. So the other position is Casemiro, of course. This position, nobody can talk anything about this position. Casemiro has been a beast in this position, and we don't expect anybody to come in and replace him anytime soon. So he will definitely stay there. And he will start with Eriksen as well. Eriksen has been magnificent, playing alongside with Casemiro. I'll continue to use these two as we progress into the season. I'm going to continue using Eriksen and Casemiro, and I reckon Eriksen and Casemiro will definitely start in that game. I forgot to take out Maguire. So this is the lineup I would personally go with. So this is my starting 11. I'm not saying Ten Hag will go with this 11. I'll quickly run down through what Ten Hag will pick in terms of facing Real Sociedad. I'll give you his team. It's not a lot of difference with my team, but it might be a slight one or two players might be different. But let's just run down through the team that I would prefer to see against Real Sociedad, this is the back four. These are the two in the middle. There's no discussion about that. Elanga. So Elanga has started against West Ham. Have I been impressed by that? Have I been impressed with what Elanga has done in that game? Not really. It wasn't an impressive stuff from Elanga, to be honest with you. He didn't perform really well, in my opinion. He did okay, and he had to be taken off during that game in the second half, I believe. So I don't think he's going to keep his position, especially if Antony is fit. So Elanga has to come out, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but he has to come out, and Antony has to come in for Elanga. So this is going to be the position for Antony. The question is, if Antony is not fit, okay, so if Antony is not fit, who is the next replacement? So there is a conversation that needs to be made here. Would you go with Antony, or would you go with Sancho? So Sancho is another one that Erik ten Hag just completely dismissed now in the past few games. And I'm a bit concerned about that. So I don't know what is going on. I know Sancho is not performing as expected, but how can he just completely put him on the side? We've seen Garnacho come in and play. And we've seen Elanga now coming in and play, and instead of Sancho. And that is a concern. That is a big concern, in my opinion. That's a big, big concern. You really don't want, we spent $80 million on, 80 million pound or something on Sancho. We don't want to waste that much money sitting on the bench. So he needs to ease him into the team, and we need to do it ASAP. We really need to get Sancho involved in some of the games that we are having, because I think he's a better player than Elanga and Garnacho. That is just my opinion. If you disagree with that, let me know in the comment section. If you think that Sancho deserves to be on the bench, I personally think he deserves to be on the bench, but now it's time to put him back in, and Ten Hag hasn't done it yet. So for me, I would go with Anthony. If Anthony can't be fit for that game, I would put where is Sancho? I'll definitely put Sancho. So if Anthony's not available, I'll go with Sancho. But if he is available, then I'll go with Anthony. Bruno will stay as a number 10, just like I mentioned, because one, I don't see Erik ten Hag putting Bruno on the bench. I just don't see it. I know Bruno hasn't been performing immaculately, but I think he's been okay. Like, he hasn't been shit, but I think he's been okay. Bruno has done some good things, has done bad things. All in all, for me, Bruno has been 6 out of 10 so far. And there's also, by the way, there is also a conversation that needs to be made about Bruno and Cristiano starting together. I mean, some fans and some people think that Bruno shines when he plays without Cristiano Ronaldo in the team. And some saying every single time Cristiano doesn't play, Bruno shines. That is a big debate. I just don't think that that is the case. I mean, they played together with Portugal. I don't see a lot of problems in that. I don't think that Bruno wants to be like operating in this area. He should be operating in this area, in my opinion. So I don't really see any friction between those two. Rashford is performing okay with Ronaldo in the team. We've seen Anthony do okay as well. So I would say that it's not a big issue, that it's not even an issue that Bruno playing with Cristiano makes Bruno less effective. So I just don't think that is the case. But hey, I mean, every fan is entitled to their own opinion. I just disagree with that. And to go back to starting Bruno, of course, we are going to start Bruno because one, he's suspended for the Aston Villa game, like I mentioned. That basically forces you to play him in this one because you were going to play another player in that position against Aston Villa on Sunday, which is a difficult game coming up as well. That's not going to be an easy game at all. So I think Bruno would start definitely against Real Sociedad. Okay, so the front three, so basically is going to be out Anthony, Rashford, and Cristiano. I don't think there's any debate about that. Maybe you might say, is Anthony Martial fit? That is the point of discussion I want to bring in this time. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think we should start Anthony Martial if he's fit? Or do you think we should actually go with Cristiano? I think, I reckon we should go with Cristiano in this particular game. Cristiano is the most experienced player to ever play the game, in my opinion. He's played a lot of difficult games, a lot of finals. You can consider this game as a final because we just have to win. And not only we have to win by 2 goals. There's a lot of pressure to it. So I think these are the games that you want Cristiano to start and you want Cristiano to make a difference in the team. But it is possible. It is possible that Anthony Martial or Tony Martial, whatever you want to call him, is available. He has actually been seen in the training ground. Let me just quickly show you that. There he is. So he's back. Anthony Martial is back. He's back training. So he's in contention to start this game, guys. He is. Is he going to be used from the start, or is he going to be used in the last 10 or 20 minutes? I'm not sure. But I think we should definitely, like I mentioned, we should definitely go with Cristiano in this team and have him up front. So I think this should be the team that we should go for. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment sections. Do you think this team is good enough to actually win against Real Sociedad? Do you also think that United are good enough to beat Real Sociedad? What would you change in this lineup? If you're going to change any player in this lineup, who would it be? You guys let me know in the comment sections. I'm gonna give you my predictions for this game. Okay, so like my prediction for this game, you might be surprised. You definitely might be surprised in this one, because a lot of people might say that, you know, United haven't beaten a Spanish team easily in the past. Like, let me quickly, before I give you my prediction, let me quickly go through the head-to-head here. Let me see, hold on. So, of course, I talked about this the past 5 games. Real Sociedad have lost 2 games. They've won 3 games. We've won 3 games. We've drawn 2 games. So going into this game, we are better shaped to face them than Real Sociedad. So they're not doing okay in Spain at this moment in time. They're struggling. But heading into this match, head-to-head, you're looking at it. So this is the head-to-head with Real Sociedad in the past 5 games. So we faced them 5 times since 2013. We played Real Sociedad 2013. We've won 1-0 and we've drawn 0-0. And who remembers, actually, in 2021, we've actually destroyed Real Sociedad 4-0 at Real Sociedad. So it is possible, guys. It is possible that we could definitely get a result against Real Sociedad on Thursday. Yes, we've drawn 0-0 at home during that season. And also this season, we've lost 1-0 at home, which I mentioned earlier. I thought they were too defensive. They're a very defensive team. They don't score a lot of goals. And I thought that game should have ended in a draw, but the referee has to get involved in that match. He basically gave out a penalty, a useless penalty. I think it was a handball on Lisandro Martinez, which was just stupid decision, in my opinion, which cost us the game. And hopefully the same kind of thing doesn't happen on Thursday. We want these kind of decisions to go our way. So that is the reason why we are placed in a second position with 12 points. We could have been first, or we could have been in the same point. All we had to do was just go there and get a result. But now we need to do even more than just get a result, because we definitely need more than 1 goal. So they beat us 1-0, so we have to beat them by 2-goal cushion. So it has to be 3-1, it has to be 2-0, or it has to be 4-2, and so forth. So it has to be a 2-goal difference, which makes it a very, very difficult game. And let me just quickly run down through all the starting 11. So before I give you my predictions, and get your predictions in, by the way, get your predictions in the comment sections. Are we going to win this one? Are we going to lose? Are we going to win by 2 goals? Let me know in the comment sections. But yeah, I'll just run down through quickly the team I have. This is the team I have. I've gone with this team. I did mention that Erik Ten Hag might slightly tweak the lineup I have, which I think it would be Harry Maguire for Lindelof and maybe Anthony Martial for Christian. Those are the 2 positions that I think Erik Ten Hag will make a change. But this is the lineup I'm going with. So David De Gea in goal, Dalot, Victor Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw on the left, Casemiro and Eriksen in the middle of the park. You have Bruno as a number 10, Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right, and the one and only, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Cristiano starts up front. So that is my starting 11. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Who would you change in this lineup? And get your predictions in as well. So I'm going to give you my prediction here in a second. So my prediction is Real Sociedad 0, Manchester United 2. I know some fans might say, oh, you're too generous that you think you're just going to win. This is not a biased prediction. I think we really do have a chance in this game with Real Sociedad heading into this Thursday's game on the back of two disappointing domestic results, and most of their starters are missing through injuries. The likes of David Silva is injured, and I don't think he's going to be available against us. So the stage is set. I mean, the stage is completely set for Erik ten Hag's side to upset the apple cart. Attacking absentees should hit the host hard against a Manchester United team who has been a defensive force. Like, we've been really solid defensively in recent weeks, and we can picture the informed Red Devils securing a 2-0 win. That is it. I mean, that's what I think is going to be, and I think Rashford and Cristiano might get on the score sheet. So that is my prediction. I think we're going to win 2-0, and I think we're going to keep a clean sheet. But let me know in the comment section, like I said, what you guys think about the lineup and also what you think the score prediction is going to be. Leave your comments down below, and I'll try to answer all the comments as they come through. But thanks again for watching. This has been the preview. So I'm going to do the watch along as well for this game. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be on Thursday around 4 p.m.-ish in my time. So we are definitely doing a watch along for that. So be sure to check that out. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I am out. Peace.